Okay, so empathy to me is looking at problem areas through somebody else's eyes, right? And you might have a perception of looking at a problem, and then the customer, when they talk about problems, they have their own views and how they feel about it, right? So it's more of stepping into their shoes and then understanding the reality. So that's what I will see empathy as, right? And that definitely helps. And Vuram's consulting practice, which is which comprises of leading MBA graduates and people with a lot of business process analysis and experience. They are part of the consulting team with some domain expertise too. These are the people who are usually engaged in these kind of engagements where they bring empathy to the discussion. They step into the shoes of the customer to understand the problem. We are not even talking technology here, right? We are talking to business to get in and then spend time with them to understand how they see an application running in day to day, and then what are the problems they are feeling and seeing, right? That is very important. Say if you put a technology person directly with the customer, they will have their own perceived ideas of how that issues are. They might be only concentrating on the technology issue, but that's not how you empathize, right? You step into the business person's shoes and then go through spend a day with the customer and then understand where they start and where they end, and in between where are the bottlenecks they're facing, where are the delays, why are they waiting for somebody else to respond before they're taking over, how much is the delay, where is the disconnect, is something you learn when you get into their shoes, right? And I think most of the time they confuse empathy with sympathy. This is not sympathizing with the customer to understand their problem and then just ask their problem and start solving. It is more of empathizing and then understanding, right? We have a lot of offerings from a Vuram standpoint, consulting. We get in, a lot of customers have come to us saying that, hey, I have 100 processes. I don't even know where to start. I have a lot of bottlenecks. Can you guys come and spend time with us to probably take the top 5 problem areas in a process for us, and then spend time with us to analyze it, understand the as-is process, and tell us what could be a hyperautomation to be process, right? When I say hyperautomation to be, it is like fitting hyperautomation to the as-is and then creating it to be, right? That is what the customer asks. No one is saying that, hey, I have a problem, bring me a technology and fix it. That period is gone. And post COVID, they won't be very thorough on what they're doing, because as I said, competition is really coming up to you. A lot of new insurance companies and finance companies are coming up. They are catching up with. So you need to make the right decision and find the right problem areas to go and then fix it, right? So our consulting team sits with them, understands the problem. In some cases, customers also say that, hey, now that the problem is identified, what is the technology I have to go for? Market is really doing well, what is not doing well, and all those things, right? So we have a team which compares the recent hyperautomation technology in the market, the upsides and downside of it, and then customers' expectation in terms of the budget they have, their enterprise architecture, what will fit. For example, some customers are Microsoft shop, so they are looking for a Microsoft based products like BPM or whatever, right? It should be Microsoft based, right? There are customers like that, and some customers are willing to go and buy new technologies which will really cater to their problems. So that's how we use empathy, again, to understand the problem, bring them to the right technologies, and then take them to the hyper automation journey.